Recording in progress.
Look at us go.
Look at it, we're doing it on
We're
a
doing it.
Wednesday.
I don't know what's going on here.
It's you've got little hair horns.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
at least the hat makes them go downwards because usually they go this way.
Yeah. You got a whole fucking MTV 96 vibe going.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I mean, that was their heyday. Actually, I would say the early aughts was MTV's the
late 90s.
TRL.
Yeah, but TRL was bad by the time I got into high school. It was like just the music was in the background and they were like, who do you want to talk to in Times Square?
Oh, yeah.
I want to say hi to my friend Jenna and her rabbit Steven, and then Steven's cousin, Millie and Billy and Vanilli. And I also want to shout out my CPA.
Meanwhile, there's 8 seconds of the video in the background.
Oh, my God. It's just like, I want it that way. Yeah.
No, it definitely got out of hand there towards the end, which is why it is no longer. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Carson Daly's still a thing, to be real honest with you, because that guy has the electricity of an Amish farm.
I was going to say a potato, but potatoes are pretty good conduits.
Yeah, you can do science experiments with potatoes.
I know.
He had his late show, and I think it's gone now, but there for a while, like every season, you can tell they're like, Carson, we're going to cancel you. And he was like, what if we get rid of the set? Like, I'll just be out in LA and that'll be the thing. And they're like, well, we can't really turn that down. And then
he's on the Today Show now.
Really?
Yeah, he's been on the Today Show for like 7 years. Something like that.
Wow. That's crazy. Remember
I look like maybe a shrimp. I work on a shrimping boat.
Oh, 100%. No.
Okay.
Yeah. You're a fucking, you're a very pretty girl, but you're
thanks.
A fucking catch a can 10. You know what I'm saying?
Catch a can? Yeah.
But then again, to be fair, I'm a catch a can 7. So I don't know what that gets you.
First of all, you're making that 10 seem like it's pretty easily attainable there.
Do you remember when they had the contest to find the next VJ?
And, hell yeah.
And Dave
Who
Holmes
wants to be a VJ?
That's how Dave Holmes was discovered. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. He actually lost the contest to that fucking crazy ass weirdo, Jesse
Camp. That's right. Oh my God. I thought he was so hot. Not shocking. I want to be a VJ is what it was called.
Yes. And that was like a huge deal. Like everyone, that's when we only had like 67 channels.
Oh, man. Even then, that was a lot.
That was huge. You had all the HBOs if you had 67 channels.
Yeah.
I think we had MTV by that point. I remember that was, I think the super religious cable company that we had that would only have much music
we didn't get MTV till we moved.
Yeah, that makes sense because we moved in 98.
Yeah, we didn't get MTV till we moved into the city.
Yeah. And that was 97. Because I remember I was the last one in the old house. I went back to get the recliners to take them up to Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I don't miss? That old house.
No.
Not at all.
I don't.
Miss the last house immensely.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. Oh my God. That house was in my dream the other night.
I still have a photo that pops up on this Amazon thing right here. I'd be a terrible weatherman. of Otto just looking out the front door of the old place. Yeah. But and when it comes up, I'm just like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, like once a week I have a dream about the old house that, like where I'm in Kansas City and there's no room at mom and dad's new house. So I have to go stay at the old house because the new people haven't moved in still. And I'm like, if they're moving in, then we're taking it back.
No, the pipe dream is to make enough money to like be able to walk up to that front door and just be like, I will give you this amount of money and you have a year to get the fuck out of this house.
Get the fuck out of this house.
Yeah. Like here's 50% more than what you paid for it.
Jesus.
And here's a year to find another place, but be gone with you.
We're gonna have to put in one of those chairs that go up the stairs.
For who?
Who's gonna live in the house? You?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
And I know the new people finished the basement. They turned it into like a mother-in-law suite or whatever they call that.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I might go back. I mean, depending on how it looks, I might go in there and just rip all that shit out and make just be like, it's back to the way it should be.
We're really good at moving on.
How funny would it be to bring in some contractor and he's like, let me get this straight. You want to unfinish the basement? I'm like, yeah, God damn it.
AstroTurf down?
Yes. Like, this is going to massively affect the price of the house. I'm already way over my head in this thing anyway.
Sir, do you know how much it's going to cost for them to pre-burn cigarette holes in the AstroTurf? Before we install it.
I still got to find that weird Winston ad that was taped up in the fucking bathroom that didn't work.
I used that bathroom when we first moved in there because it was like clean.
Yeah. It worked for a while and then it didn't work. And then I'm sure they got it working again before they sold the house. But fucking, did you ever take a shower in that basement shower? By the way, this basement was unfinished. There was a shower in it. It was just a prison recreation shower. It was like, hey,
it was literally made of cinder blocks.
Yes.
With the shadiest curtain in front.
Like,
it was so flimsy.
They raised 7 kids in that house. I don't think all 7. There had to be a time when all 7 were in there at one time.
No, because Val came in so late.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
She was pretty much an only child when she came through.
I just wanted to, one weekend Grandpa had enough. He's like, I'm tired of waiting for the goddamn shower. We're going to make a shower. I got some cinder blocks and some pipe. We're going to get this done. Like, are you going to tile it? No, I put a drain in. We're done. It's concrete.
Does it need
itself?
Is it going to have shelves? Fuck your shelves.
Fuck your shelves. Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's the 1 millionth podcast. I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
We're brother and sister. We're just reminiscing about the old house that Andi spent most of her formidable years in. And
that's why I'm so cool.
That is why you're so cool. You kind of lived the American dream growing up. Like, you literally walked to school. All of your friends were within walking distance.
Yeah.
It was, meanwhile, I had to take a bus an hour because I was the first one on and the last one off.
Yeah, but there was only like 2 schools in America back then. Get over it.
You tried taking a bus to Dubuque every goddamn day just to get your 3 R's.
But I made good money on that bus ride. We're rewiring people's snowshoes.
I also learned how to stitch rugs.
We also took a welding class on that ride. It was great.
Yeah. The huge differences between how you and I grew up are just so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up out in the sticks. Our parties were fires and fields in high school.
I mean, we still had those, but it was only when like the Olathe schools had parties. That's when it was a field party.
We didn't even go to other schools' parties. Like, that's how separated from other schools we were.
Yeah.
Like, if you were someone and you went to like another school's party in DeSoto, we were like, fucks. Why would you go all the way? Like, you were kind of like, oh, well, fuck you if you don't want to hang
I went
out
to
with
Rockhurst
us.
Homecoming a couple times.
Well, yeah, that's because Rockhurst was an all-male school. I mean,
yeah,
it was the only way you were going to do that. We didn't like.
I didn't have to get asked. I didn't go to one of the old girls' schools.
No, but you went to other Catholics.
My natural sense. Bring them in. It's my pheromones.
I mean, you were young then. I think you were showering a little more back then, so you might not have been as.
No, I was not.
You were.
Fuck no. No, I shower every day now.
Wow.
At least once.
You didn't shower every day in high school?
No.
Oh God. I showered. I just felt like I had to. I showered every day. I either showered when I went to bed or when I woke up.
No.
I think towards the end it would be right before I went to sleep, because that way you could wake up with like 8 minutes before you had to be out the door.
Yeah.
And remember high school?
Maybe like every other day, maybe every 3 days. I didn't shower a ton. There was Roller Coaster Tycoon to be played. There were Sims to murder.
How cool. Did you play a lot of sports in high school?
Chris, be real. No.
Okay. Yeah, well there it is. I was always out doing stuff.
Well, I guess I played sports. I quit sports after sophomore year. But then I did theater. I did theater and dance.
Yeah. Well,
I did drill team senior year.
You get sweaty doing that stuff.
You do get sweaty doing that stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really sweat that much in
I
high
remember
school. I sweat a lot now.
In junior high, I did the track team, 7th grade. And we didn't have a track in the junior high. I was at the high school. So instead of getting us all on a bus, we just had to run the 1.5 miles from the junior high to the high school. That was just to start practice. And then we went there and had fucking track practice, which is just the longest warm up ever, which is to get ready for a televised warm up. That's all track is. It's just like, oh, you know what I'm really good at? Getting warmed up for other things. The field part, 100%. Because, we still pole vault. You got to do that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I just remember running every day in my half price. I'll never forget, they were from the half price store, my track shoes. They were Turn Techs. And that's right. That's right. I think that was the house brand. That was but yeah, played football until I got beaten in the head with a fucking golf ball. And then and then in the spring was golf. I remember my freshman year, which was my 9th grade year. I actually got
going through all the sports.
No, I got the lead in Wizard of Oz. I got the Scarecrow. And then but golf also started. That was the first year we could play. They handed me the script and I was like, so wait, I either got to learn all this and learn all the choreography, or I can go play golf every day for free. Hey, I don't want to be in the play anymore. And man, that drama teacher never fucking forgave me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should have thought it through before you auditioned.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know golf was going to be so fun. I didn't know all my friends were going to play. But also it was like, a lot of that stuff, especially in junior high, you do just to see if you can get it. You're like, I'm going to try for that. And then I got it. And then I was like, it's not like I bailed the night before the show. It was like, hey, you got the Scarecrow. I was like, great. You know what? I don't want to do this. And they're like, oh, okay. So plenty of time.
You know what?
Plenty
There was
of
a
time.
scarecrow runner up and made that kid's life.
Yeah, and it did. Don Lynn, you're fucking welcome.
Congrats.
Yeah,
What you've been playing a lot of golf lately.
I have been. Well, I was in Fort Wayne just to cover our bases, just to get started. I was in Fort Wayne. I did the Summit City Comedy Club.
Which
Fun
dad
little
what does dad call it?
Fart Wayne. Fucking he loves it.
It's a
He
great
loves
bit.
it. Also Fart Worth. Just anything with a fort turns it into fart. It's classic.
Fart
It's
knocks.
Fart Knox. There's no gold in Fart Knox. Plenty of gas though. But yeah, I was in Fort Wayne. Thanks for everybody that came out. Get a lot of questions about the pod. Believe it or not, a lot of people.
Are ya? Are we still doing it?
There is a lot of that. There is like, hey, when's the next episode of the pod coming out? And I'm always like, fucking eventually. It's like, we have, I think people just get alerts on their whatever apps they stream us on, like YouTube or what have you. But yeah, no, the fan, we don't have a lot of fans in the grand scheme of things, but the fans that we have are very involved, and we thank you very much to all the talent receivers, all the port heads, and even all the Dumble fucks. But yeah, so did Fort Wayne, great shows. I'm trying to think if anything really cool happened. Not really. I had Taco Bell, which was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why we haven't been doing podcasts that often.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a lot going on. I feel like we definitely have better ones when we don't do them. But yeah, then so when I was visiting Nashville once, I met a couple of Navy SEALs, including Rob O'Neill and this guy McBee. And McBee had asked me to play golf in this like golf tournament that supports Navy SEALs. And so I showed up to this thing in Richmond, Virginia. It's called the Bone Frog. And it was interesting because, politically, I was very much alone. As a, I'm not incredibly, I'm not very red. I'm pretty blue. I'm a little red. I'm financially, I'm a green.
Of course.
I'm a green guy.
There you go. There you go.
But this
Purple.
is
It's
fucking,
a blend of the two.
Yeah. And this was like super red, almost burgundy, like red, like whatever the reddest of red is. And they had this guy that would sing the national anthem, and I called him Steve Stapp because he was almost Scott Stapp, but he wasn't. And the first night at the dinner, he sang the national anthem while holding the American flag. And before, every time he would sing it, he'd be like,
how many people were there?
I don't know, 100 maybe.
Oh man, I thought it was just like you and 3 guys, and I'm like, that's a lot. Just
No,
to have
this is a
someone sing
golf.
the national
This
anthem.
was like a full-on golf event. This is like they're
Okay.
raising money for the Navy, for like Navy SEALs, for them to come back. There's Navy SEALs there, including this guy Johnny Reamer or something, who was in the SEALs for 20 years.
Wow.
And I played golf with him. We'll get to that. Anyway, we're at this event. So this guy sings national anthem, and like he literally does the see, and I was like, where the fuck are we right now? And he does this whole thing, and he sings the national anthem in the most fucking quintessential bro Creed-esque way. I mean, that being said, he hits all the notes. As far as that genre of national anthem goes, I'd give it an 8. But like wave the flag at certain points, and then of course
as he's singing,
but only at certain like at when it was appropriate.
amber waves of grain, probably
100%.
Yeah, that's where that
that's
choreo
not. Although
that's
in. That's the wrong song.
No, it's not.
Amber waves of grain. That's America the Beautiful.
They also say it in that one.
Oh, say amber waves of grain.
Yeah. Nailed it. You've got it. Or the
Anywho,
mountains to the
and then
shoreline.
to the beer cans lined with foam.
Where is the bathroom? I've got to go.
Well, there's the clip for this week. Uh
Oh, Lordy.
So he sings the national anthem. And then of course they show the video of like all the fallen guys, which like
it would be way funnier if it was a bunch of Marines that just tripped and fell. And now a montage of fallen soldiers, and it's like
you
Benny Hill
said
music.
fallen soldiers. I didn't know you meant dead ones. And it's just got like fucking Monty Python or that Benny Hill theme music behind it.
That's literally what I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear that. It must have cut out. Fucking. Sorry, Gary, our video tech, didn't understand quite what I meant when I said fallen soldier montage.
Man, we should have hired internally for this gig.
But this Johnny Reamer guy's got a dog with him at all times. And I heard him say later, like, that dog, like, he pointed from to the sky and pointed to the dog. He was like, from here to here. He was like, this dude saw a lot. It was very skittish, and I played golf with him the whole. We ended up being paired together, and it was hilarious because when I found out I just walk up and I'm like, oh, cool, John Reamer. I don't know who that is, and my buddy comes up and he's like,
Reamer, I hardly know her.
And if his name's not Reamer, I'm sorry. I didn't look. I should probably look it up just so I know I'm not.
That you do that. I'm gonna grab my grinder.
Okay.
God bless America. Finally getting this bamboo trimmed outside my windows. The hotel next door put bamboo in. I don't know if you know much about bamboo. It grows several feet in a day, each bamboo shoot.
Oh, no shit. And yet the pandas are going extinct.
And the hotel outside my window lined their entire property with bamboo, and it's an insanely invasive species. And so it's like there's so much of it, and it's growing so fast. And at night, it's full of rodents. I shined a flashlight out there. I was like, rats, mice. It's so gross. And for 2 months, I've been trying to get my building manager to do something, anything that.
Yeah.
It's her job. She was like, I called, they didn't answer. And I'm like, it's been 2 months. Anyway, I went above her head today and it's getting sorted.
So this guy, this Navy SEAL gentleman whose name I'm trying to, yeah, John Reamer. He, has seen a lot. He's got a dog with him at all times. And I just felt bad for him because, look, man, a lot of these people that come to these events, they're very well-to-do businessmen that love Navy
military
SEALs
stuff
and military stuff. Like we were in a foursome, which ended up being a sixsome because this we'll get into that anyway.
Whose mouth was on who?
Anyway, this guy is like an investment banker, but his office, and I even told him this. I go, that looks like an Army surplus store because he's got all this gear from like special forces. He had a bunch of the American snipers stuff. And as a matter of fact,
for lunch, he has an MRE every day.
Dude, and he was like, he goes, he was in the Coast Guard, and he was like, I just really respect what these guys do. And, obviously very right and leaning. And so very like, they're the reason, very, very, very. And but these guys would see Johnny and from across the golf course be like, Johnny fucking Reamer, and come driving over, and like, you could just see it. Like these guys are such huge fans, but they don't realize like this guy's pretty easily spooked. and they would
Yeah.
just run up to him and like bear hug him and stuff. And I felt bad for him, but we ended up playing golf. He couldn't have been a nicer guy. We had a long talk. Like, he couldn't believe I made a living doing comedy. He was like, he goes, well, he goes, you're a comedian. I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, how do you make money? And I was like, well, I fly around the country and I tell jokes.
You
And
take your hat off and hold it out and like, well, sir, I hate to ask.
This is kind of where it gets weird, but then he was kind of like, well,
you motion towards your pants like,
Yeah.
No? Okay.
But anyway, could not have been a nice guy. He, obviously he goes, hey man, tonight I'll probably just, because he was even saying like, and I was talking to a couple of other guys in there. Like I ended up the day before we had a practice round and I played golf with a guy who was an A-10 pilot during the Gulf War, or during the whole Afghanistan thing, not the Gulf War, but the Afghanistan thing. And now he's an American Airlines pilot. He's a captain.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, I've been executive platinum for like 7 years. And I go, and I'm a stockholder. And he was like, buddy, he goes, you have more time in the air than I do. In the last, and I was like, well, that's disheartening.
Yeah, I'm going to think about that a lot now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just walking in and looking at the captains now going, what up, Rook?
The night before you get on any flight, you're going to be like, wow, I could have just been the pilot.
Yeah. Yeah, like that dude told me a story about being in the Afghanistan thing and getting struck by lightning in the plane. Like it blew out his teeth. Fucking didn't have an arm for like he had the arm, but like it wasn't working for like fucking a while. And he landed. I
thought you were going to say didn't have an arm for a couple of months. I'd be like, well, I'm curious as to how that happened.
No, but like the arm was there, but like he had no feeling. And he was like, I knew it was going to come back because I could see. He was like, I could kind of wiggle my fingers. He was like, it'll be fine. And then like lands the plane. And then he was just like, I could never do what you do. And I'm like, I think you fucking could. I think,
yeah,
I think 100% you could. But, it was just like, it was a great time.
Yeah.
But like, he goes, even that guy said, he goes, man, when they start playing the fallen soldiers thing, like he goes, I just got to leave because it's tough to kind of handle. And then when I was talking to Johnny, because the day before we had a little practice round, and then the day we played the actual round of golf, beforehand we had everyone got in line and laid a flag in for all the Navy SEALs that had passed.
Wow.
And Johnny was like, I knew 2/3 of those guys. He goes, yeah. And he was like, and his dog knows.
Why don't you show that then? I mean, like, I get it. I know that it's honoring them, but it's like at every event, does there need to be one?
I think
maybe my idea is better.
Maybe
everyone needs
where
a little
you show
laughter.
The fallen soldiers, where you
that
like
are just tripped over some stuff,
and then you're like Michael Turner died in 80.
Well, don't say they died; they could be alive.
Yeah.
But it's just like, hey, Gary missed the curb last week, and here's a video.
I guess you have to have reverence.
I completely understand that, but I mean, I'm sure those guys go to shit like that twice a month.
Yeah, and like the guy, and a lot of them, because you don't notice at the time because you're paying respect to fallen soldiers and you're not like looking around, but it's like, a lot of the soldiers just kind of walk away and they're like, they like that it happens because obviously you want to honor their fallen comrades, but they're just like, I've done it, you know. But yeah, so the event was great. Golf was fun. A Navy SEAL did show up and with his girlfriend, and they just had obviously the girl had literally never played golf before. And I'm just like, this is not the day for this. And we kind of at one point were like, hey, they never put 6 in a group for a reason.
Yeah.
And so if we're gonna do this, we have to just keep moving. You have to like
Yeah.
if your ball's lost, they literally gave you 24 of them. Like we're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, and they were great. They kept up. They didn't really slow us down, and everyone was, it's not a legit tournament. Like the people that want to win are like taking their time, and we realized very early on that was not an option. Like we did not have the talent scope for this. So then it was like, oh, so back to this, obviously this pod is known for being tangential, but when I first walked up and found out that Johnny was my partner, I was like, well, I better stash this weed I got in my bag because I don't know what the play is here. And then he showed up and immediately made a joke about being too stoned. I'm like, man, you smoke weed? He was like, yeah, man, I'm retired. He's like, he's like, I have a dog. Like, I need weed. And I was like,
he's like, I've also got ketamine, mescaline, mushrooms.
Oh, he did. He was like, we were doing mushrooms the other night. And so, yeah, I went and got the weed. And so like, we all got a little stoned and had a lot of fun and got a little drunk. It was a lot of fun and a good time. And, but yeah, played a lot of golf. And then that kind of got me back in the golf groove there for a little bit. And,
back in the golf groove. Back in the golf groove.
So yeah,
he's back.
So then I've been playing a lot lately. I've been walking. I've been playing 9 holes and I've been walking it. And
look at you go, Dad.
Yeah, it's just because it's not even about that. It's just like, look, man, I don't want to give this 4 hours of my day.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have 4 hours to give it. So, but I can give it 2. And if I'm going to do it, I might as well get some sort of workout. Because even if you have like yesterday I played, and we talked about it on the phone, but excuse me, that course was super hilly. And like at one point I'm literally pushing the cart like this. And it's just a fucking 2-mile, 20-pound sled push is what it is. And so then yesterday when my UPS guy didn't show up till 6:15 with a package that I tell you what, I'm getting real mad at that UPS app. It's like, you better be there. You got to sign for it. Big red bar says signature required. And then he showed up. I was like, I need a sign. He's like, nah, you're good. I'm like, mother fucker. I've been sitting here all goddamn day.
I'm telling you, this country's going to hell in a handbasket.
One day at a time.
Price of soda's too much.
Prices now, that soda you bought for $3.25, that was off Postmates, right?
No, I walked into a gas station.
Fucking gross. But also,
get us soda off Postmates.
They're not selling sodas like they used to. When we were kids, that was like the drink.
I think they are. I think we're just not surrounded by soda drinkers, but I think they are.
Maybe.
Because I was getting my tires put on and I was like, you know what? I'm thirsty. I could go for a soda. It was a little hot. So I walked over to the gas station, $3.50.
That's for a 20?
I paid for a 20-ounce soda. And I also paid the exact same for a blue box of mac and cheese the other day, which never cost more than 99 cents.
Yeah.
It's it's ridiculous.
We also live in a very expensive city.
We live in an expensive city, but this inflation shit is like batshit. Like the price of groceries has gone up 30 to 50%.
Well, yeah.
Packets of ramen, they used to be 10 for $1. Now it's 2 for $1.
Wow, that's insane.
Right?
I think it's just too many poor people.
Listen, we got to eat.
I mean, but also if you don't, cheaper food for the rest of you.
It's not how that works.
Supply and demand.
I don't know. I have my degree in theater. I did not have to take any economics classes.
Yeah. So and then I went to came back. It was a real quick turnaround, and then I went to fucking Oklahoma City, where I had a great time. I love Oklahoma City. thanks to everyone that came out to Bricktown. And
Bricktown.
my buddy Adam Aguilar, who's a very famous local musician out there. We hung out quite a bit. We just some people don't really think about the names of their restaurants sometimes, I don't think. But there was a Chinese place, like an Asian fusion place called Pachinko. And I was like, you can't say that. And so, yeah, I just thought that was funny.
It's Oklahoma City.
And so I was like, you can't put that word in there.
Oh man. Well, what did I do this last weekend? I got vaccinated on. I got my booster, my flu shot on Friday.
Let's go back a weekend because it's been a while. What'd you do 2 weekends ago?
Been a while. Now I have to pull up my calendar. 2 weekends ago. Oh God, there's nothing in there. Hold, please. 2 weekends ago. Oh, big weekend, huge weekend. Got my taxes done and got 2 new tires into rotation and an alignment.
Because you got a flat one, right?
I did. I had a flat. It was pretty bad. Tried to get it fixed, and they were like, I went to 2 places that were like, lady, we're not going to fix this. So I just went and got 2 new tires. I was like, cool. I tried my best and did that. Got my taxes done finally. And
tire inflation bad, and I don't mean that pun. The pun that happened accidentally.
I went to Big Brand Tires.
On
Highland, and I spent $400 for 2 tires.
Did you go middle of the line, or were you just like cheapest tires? Or
cheapest tires? Well, that's what they do. They have like one brand. It's Big Brand.
Oh, okay. And well, that's nice. So what, like a buck, like, so that, what is that? That seems expensive. Oh, I forgot you have a truck, for lack of a better word.
It's a glorified toaster.
It is. The toaster on wheels, the old Jeep Patriot, the Toby Keith.
Yeah. The old Toby Keith. I love this car and grill. So that
I'll
night
bet Steve Stapp drives a Patriot.
I'll probably.
Sorry.
Lump me in with him. He's probably got a Raptor, a Ford Raptor.
Oh, I did buy a new Lego set. I forgot to before we cover my.
Yeah, in case anyone hasn't noticed it for the last 43 minutes, it's just been sitting over your shoulder. They're on display. It's like you live in a Lego store.
I bought one for Bert for taking me on the road with him. And then I was like, oh, I want one. So I bought 2. You should have seen the kid's face in the I walked in this Lego store on a Sunday, it's just packed with kids. And I'm literally just walking up there like this. And kids are looking at me like, I want his life. I want his life. There's no way that man has kids.
You should have been like, you don't know how much I cry, son.
Lately, it's only been for good stuff. Like songs and guitar solos. Oh, I'm taking guitar. I took my first guitar lesson today. Anyway, I don't need to make this all about me. Anyway, go back to your day.
You can talk about your guitar lesson if you want.
It was fine.
Go ahead. Where'd you go?
Listen, it's LA. I literally put what I'm looking for near me into Google whenever I'm looking for anything. Like I've been taking vocal lessons for 2 months. I typed in vocal lessons near me.
What?
That guy's 8 minutes up the road. And then
You have been taking voice lessons for 2 months?
Yeah.
Why haven't you told anybody?
I want to make sure they worked first.
Are they working?
Yeah, they're working. We're making some breakthroughs. Yeah.
You go.
Like my voice is really great. The harmonies, which is obviously the focus.
My voice is really great.
Easy. It is though. And but yeah, the harmonies come and go, but we're making breakthroughs with that. So
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, long story short, I'm not like, because I was kind of looking at Musicians Institute there for a little bit. And I was like, I'm not driving into Hollywood for this. Ta-da.
Yeah. Well, God forbid you came by and saw your sister, but that's okay.
I mean,
You could stay away from Hollywood.
I'll do that, but fucking, I'm not going there to learn.
Not going there to learn.
No, the guitar guy's great. He's got a great little place, but he has a snake, so it's tough.
Oh,
I didn't see it till I left. Like, I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Yeah, let's do one next week. And then as we're leaving, I'm like, oh, fuck. And he's like, that's Pandora, and that's Pandora's box. And I was like, she's going, and in my brain, all I'm thinking is like, she's going to escape. So, and then he said, she's really sweet. I'm like, fucking, okay.
what kind of snake was it?
A constrictor.
Big?
I don't know the difference between boas and pythons, so, because I have sex.
Easy.
I'm just saying, people that know the
Family
difference between
listens to
pythons
this.
and boas.
Gross. Yeah, so last weekend, after I got my taxes done and got new tires, very big day. I didn't do anything that night because I spent all my weekend budget on taxes and tires. And then the next day, it was like 6:00 on Sunday. I'd been like chilling at home watching football all day.
Didn't we watch the football game together?
I'm
that
talking
Sunday?
about last weekend.
Yeah, we did it 2 weekends in a row, right? No, because I was gone. That's right. You're right. My bad. I'll shut up.
Yeah, thank you. You could scoot further back from the microphone so it's less easy for you to just talk whenever you want. What was I saying? Oh, so last Sunday I got really stoned and I was like watching the Sunday night game. And my neighbor was like, hey, do you want to go see Death Cab for Cutie in the Postal Service in 45 minutes? And I was like, yes, I do. And I went to the bowl and it was awesome. And they played my 2 favorite albums from start to finish. And it was like I was back in my 1997 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme in Lawrence.
Oh, that's right.
It's just the best. Driving down the country roads. We go on country drives, which is where we would just drink beers while someone drove around the back roads.
Well, there you go.
Super safe. We did it a lot. But it was amazing because him and his girlfriend split. I guess they're back together now. I don't know, but I reaped the benefits of that Sunday night concert. It was great.
That's awesome.
And then this last weekend, what did I do? Saturday, I did nothing. Friday, I got my COVID booster and a flu shot on Friday. So I was kind of out of commish Friday night and Saturday morning. So, yeah.
Yeah,
and then Sunday, I met Matt Simon's new puppy. Great.
What's that? Oh, you saw Matt Simon's new puppy. What kind of puppy is it?
She's a Schnauzer Terrier mix.
A Schnarier.
God damn it, is she fucking cute. A Schnarier, yeah.
I mean, even ugly puppies are cute, to be fair.
She's real smart, too. She's only 10 weeks old, and she was like fetching the ball and bringing it back to him. She already figured out how to get out of her playpen by like jumping on top of her crate and then onto his nightstand and out. And I was like, you're in trouble.
Also, you need to get a pet.
His recent experience with dogs is my dumb Swiffer Otto. And he's not agile or smart.
Also, a pen without a ceiling is just a corral. It's not really. I'm making jokes, but you know what I'm saying.
Speaking of fucking stupid words that no one cares about, I'm reading this book. Started reading this book about the 5 families, about the mob in New York, and it's awesome. It's great. I'm really enjoying it. But the dude's vocabulary is just stupid. It's insane. I'm like 30 pages in. I've had to look up 3 words.
What was one of the words?
Recalcitrant.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
What was another one?
Today. Yeah, but once I learn all these words, it's over for you, hoes.
It's over for you. You and Uncle Jeff will just be in the corner trying to outword each other.
This morning I was on the phone with Dad and it was sprinkling outside and I was like, oh, it smells like petrichor. And he was like, what is that? I was like, it's the smell of rain on this fresh rain on the sidewalk. And he was like, all right, Jeff. And I'm like,
That's fair. That is 100% fair.
it's real.
Fucking.
Recalcitrant is the definition of someone who has issues with authority.
Oh, yeah, no,
So
authority issues would have been. So like John Cougar Mellencamp. He
I was
fights
texting with,
authority.
yeah, I was texting with Katie Baker, Peterson Baker about this the other day. And she was like, I fucking hate it when books have extensive vocabularies and I have to like look up all these words. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to read for fun, not write an essay.
No shit.
I'm just trying to enjoy this time that I have to myself. But now I'm acting all recalcitrant. I'm a recalcitrant bitch.
Oh man.
Oh, and then I went and saw my friend Chris Hurt. His mom and sister were in town before I saw you this last Sunday.
Yeah.
I was watched the first half of the Chiefs game at a bar with some friends, and so this new couple joined our softball team, and the husband was like, Chris's mom just told me a funny story about you, that the last softball game she was at, you threatened to beat a girl's ass with a baseball bat or softball bat. And I was like, oh yeah,
That's right.
I was like, I didn't realize his mom was there. I should probably not do that in front of people's parents. But I was like, she called me fat. What was I supposed to do? Not threaten her?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh man.
I'm going to
Didn't that
stand
end
up for
being,
myself.
but she didn't actually mean it. That wasn't her intent, right? Didn't that
He
end
goes,
up
I
being...
called you hefty lefty because you have big boobs. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, maybe we just don't comment on other people's bodies.
Yeah.
That's probably
That's fair.
That's the way to go in life.
Yeah.
It's not your business.
That was a strange turn that evening. Because I had never really seen that side of you. And I was like, oh, fuck. All right. Hold on. I got to go fucking back up my sister. I'll be right back.
Yeah, she doesn't come out often, but she's there.
Oh,
she's there.
Shit.
When it comes to fight or flight, I think I fight.
Oh, man. Oh.
Oh, man. Yeah. So thanks for making me the Christmas monster. My whole list is Le Creuset shit now.
I mean, you can ask all you want, you know.
You started this. You made me this way.
Well, then it's Macy's fault because they had a deal.
There is an outlet in Camarillo.
For La Creuset.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no shit.
I think so. I know there's, I mean, I've definitely been to one. Let's see.
Yeah.
Le Creuset outlet. Let's see here. Oh, wow. It's 40% off at Crate and Barrel right now.
Yeah, but, you know, I think they mark it up to mark it down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's one at Camarillo.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Yeah. There was something else I was going to ask for Christmas, and I can't remember what it was now.
Well.
Oh. Yeah. No, I'm not going to. I decided I wasn't going to ask for any more, like, I'm going to ask you for, like, video game stuff, but just to see the disappointment of Mom's face. I mean, this.
I don't know what that. Why do you do that? What is that?
This can't help. Right?
Hey, it's fine.
Hey, all my bills are paid. I got money in the bank. I'm going to build a Concorde. That's what I thought when I bought it.
Do we have any listener mail?
We do. I was just looking. Here it is. This first one's from our good friend Tony Bag of Donuts. He just wanted to say thanks. He says, hey, Chris and Andy, thanks for the Creed recommendation. Love me some Scott Stapp. Wondering if next pod you could dive into Nickelback's catalog. Absolutely not.
No. What are we, idiots?
Yeah. That's.
Although 3 Doors Down, I'd be interested.
I mean, but that would be the lesser of the two evils for sure. Although to be fair, to be absolutely fair, Nickelback has 1,000 times more hits than
Great.
because like that's the thing. It's like Nickelback, we make fun of them, but odds are we know the words to almost all of their songs just from them being just assaulted upon us.
You know, I had a friend the other day that was like, Scott Stapp is coming out with solo music and is doing like a viral marketing push. And that's why Creed is so popular right now. And I was like, listen, man, don't yuck my yum.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this. Like, let me have it.
But also,
don't be like, it's just a viral marketing. Huh?
Yeah. These songs fucking slap also.
They absolutely do. Me and my friend Aaron were listening to them on the drive to softball the other night.
You know what I'd say to them? You know who can't take me higher? You dumb bitch.
You've taken me lower. Didn't know it was possible. Worse than I felt in puberty.
Ooh, that was a good one. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thanks.
This next one's from Andi with a Y, possibly a dude. Subject apologize. How's it going, Andi and Chris? So I wanted to apologize for my last message. If you noticed the time when sent, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. I did not see that. I was drunk and very, very high. So that being said, my fault on sounding like I was having a stroke while messaging you. However, I will say everyone I played it to had a good laugh at my dumblefuck message. Also, my friend Reggie was embarrassed to hear you say his name, but also enjoyed it. Well, it just happened again. That being said, I really wanted to say sorry about the lead-on sentences. And Chris, I hope you have a show in Illinois again soon, because I'll do whatever I can to see you live. I've only seen Chad Daniels live, but I would love to see you live. Hope all is going well, and you guys are incredible. Can't wait to hear the next pod. Love you all. Well, you're hearing it now, and you're hearing it now. What's happening now is happening now.
It's happening now. When was then?
Just now.
You missed it. We'll figure out we'll do that scene correctly one of these days.
Oh man. So first off, just, this isn't one of my stories, but it's been a rough couple weeks for Justin Timberlake. Can we just stop?
But a pretty amazing life of him just cheating on and sleeping with whoever the fuck he wants to.
Yeah.
And then, getting mad when the other person does it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, don't get mad if the other person does it if you're going to do it. I completely understand that. But also, you go in with one of the hottest dudes of all time, or of his time, who hasn't aged well, by the way.
No, also, she was the hottest woman on the planet at the time.
Oh,
they were the two hottest people on the planet at the time.
On the planet. And anyway, all these revelations coming out in this book.
I can't wait to listen to it.
It's already being discounted. So that was when I was looking for stories today. That was one of the stories that came up, was that it's already up to like 40% off the Britney Spears book.
It's only been up for one day. I thought it was one of the highest grossing books.
I'm just telling you what I read. I don't. But I just feel like her and Jada Pinkett Smith are just fucking having some moments.
You know what? Jada Pinkett Smith needs to just shut the fuck up. I am so sick of hearing every goddamn word that comes out of this woman's mouth. None of it matters. No one cares. Shut up. Go away. Whoever her publicist is the best one in the business.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't fucking care if you and Will are together.
Like everything she says, it's just like, oh, I'm the most self-involved person on the planet. And I'm going to do whatever I want, no matter who it hurts, whenever it hurts them. You know who would never hurt you? Is Celine Dion. Yeah, no, she would fucking run over you with her car. Anyway,
I'd let her run over me with the car if I got to go to her Jupiter, Florida backyard water park.
Oh yeah, no, but of course we're big water park people.
Well, we're children, is what it is, Chris.
I mean, the Legos behind me say otherwise.
Yeah. Were you going somewhere with that, or?
Sorry. Yes, I have a story. Sorry, things were coming in. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Sorry, everything went away. You know, when you get a phone call, like apparently, I gotta get into my settings, but my laptop's like everything get off the thing. He's getting a phone call. He's gotta know. And so, anyway, there's been a town in New Zealand that is being tormented by Celine Dion music battles. Apparently, residents of Porurua, Porira, Porurua, they have these so-called siren battles. So they have sirens that are typically, like it's just basically like a super loud speaker. It's not like a, but like a siren, like it would be something, prism, that kind of thing. So they're connecting them to their cars, sometimes multiple ones, and they're playing Celine Dion because it's such a clear song. Because the music that has high treble is clear and not much bass, and so sometimes these cars will have anywhere between 7 and 10 of these sirens or speakers, and the competitions are usually held throughout the night, and they take weeks to prepare for them, and so they will literally just play Celine Dion at literal ear piercing decibels. Like it would shatter your eardrum if you were close enough without protection.
Jesus.
And these residents are just like, there's not anywhere in our city where you cannot hear these.
What'd you just say? You cut out.
There's nowhere in their city, in the city of Peru, where you can fucking not hear Celine Dion.
That
could
sounds
you
like some kind
imagine?
of Stanford prison experiment thing.
Oh, dude.
You know?
I mean, imagine.
And you said New Zealand. There's no way off that island.
There's no way off that island. But also imagine just being in Hollywood at 2 a.m. and Celine Dion is fucking just.
That's why I start first.
Clear as a bell. That's why you start first.
Yeah.
With your 3 doors down.
Yeah. Kryptonite. Yeah. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman?
It's so clear. It's so clear.
If I'm alive, and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll take you by my side with my superhuman mind. Kryptonite. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Lordy. Well, Chris, we joke about AIDS a lot, but it's a real serious thing.
Yeah, not as serious as it once was.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still, it's not great.
Well, it used to be like
in Palm Springs, which is a very
goodbye, and now it's like, oh, you got AIDS? Well, you got to take a bunch of pills
now. Yes, people can still die from it though. If it's advanced enough. But take PrEP, please, everybody, if you are having same-sex sex. Anyway, Palm Springs. If you're fucking dudes, take PrEP. If you're dudes fucking dudes and vice versa. If you're getting fucked by dudes as a dude, take your PrEP. So the city of Palm Springs, very LGBTQIA plus friendly city. Yeah. If some would even call it a gay destination. There's a proposed destination. That's funny. So there's a proposed AIDS memorial sculpture that has been proposed to put in downtown Palm Springs. It would stand at 9 feet tall. And let me just share it with you.
I already turned on sharing. Already in preparation. Look at that. What?
Says the opening at the center is at eye level and allows you a view through. offering a connection, a sense of hope, and a view beyond what is directly in front of you.
Let's all meet at
someone on-
C3PO's Butthole.
Someone on Twitter goes, it looks like a butthole. Because it does. That's an anus. That's a sphincter. I'm sorry. Like, whoever designed this knew it. They were like, there's no way I'm going to get away with the butthole AIDS statue.
But what if the butthole was from Tron?
It's going to be next to a 26-foot tall Marilyn Monroe statue that was erected in 2021. It's the one of her with the skirt getting blown up from the 7-year itch. So, you know, meet me at the corner of Marilyn Mon Butthole.
I'm by Marilyn Monroe. Oh, I'm by the butthole. Oh, okay. I'll be right over there.
Oh, split the difference. Marilyn Mon Butthole.
Well, that was fun.
It was fun.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Andi Port. It's pretty much it these days.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at I am Chris Porter. You can find me on X, also at I am Chris Porter. You can find all my dates at chrisportercomedy.com. This week, I will be in Portland at Helium. The week following, I will be in Omaha at the Funny Bone, and then coming on home to Kansas City at the Improv the weekend before Thanksgiving. So come on out, get your shit done. And as always, I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
This has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on by.
I'm gonna go take a vocal lesson.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Love you,
Enjoy it. Love you,
Thank you.
Chriser.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, come on by.